activity.
All right, thank you, Shannon.
Let's get back to one of our top headlines today. As we reported just a few minutes ago, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is in Taiwan right now.
She said in a Washington Post opinion piece that the U.S. must stand with the island, but her trip has caused the U.S. and China's militaries to boost their movements. Matt Abbott is the Director of Government and Diplomatic Programs at the Chicago Council and has worked for a decade with staff in Congress and travel to Taiwan. Matt, thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much, Ben and Lourdes. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, first, give us the brief history lesson on why Taiwan is such a touchy subject for China.
Absolutely. So Taiwan has always been a touchy subject for China. China has always asserted its control over the island. However, the Taiwanese government exerts de facto control over its governance, its economics. And this is an opportunity for Speaker Pelosi to reinforce America's commitment to democracy, democratic values, human rights on her visit to the island.
Okay, so I want you to talk a little bit about the potential. Is there a significant risk of military escalation by China? Because we're already seeing some movement, right? Some military drills that they announced that they would be doing.
Absolutely. So that possibility is certainly there. First, we already saw a Chinese response through rhetoric. Chinese officials spoke out very forcefully and publicly condemning the visit. There were also reports before the speaker's plane landed in Taiwan that Chinese military aircraft flew close to the median line of the Taiwan Strait this morning, which is certainly a very provocative action. I'm just very concerned that there's the potential for a miscalculation or miscommunication, because all it takes is one accident for a dramatic escalation right now. So it's imperative for all sides to maintain active channels of communication and take proactive steps to de-escalate whenever possible.
That's always the danger with brinksmanship. There was some talk when Vladimir Putin went into Ukraine that China would be watching the world's response to that and take it perhaps as a signal of whether or not it could exert more control over Taiwan. Do you see that as a backdrop to why the House Speaker might want to go there and, in a sense, further plant the U.S. flag in Taiwan?
Absolutely. I think it's important right now to reinforce that commitment to democratic values, human rights. And frankly, I think that China has learned a lot of lessons from Russia's experience in Ukraine. If there ever were to be a Chinese invasion of Taiwan, it would need to be very forceful. It would need to be quite reactive in the early days of the invasion. U.S. officials have stated that this is unlikely, at least until the latter part of this decade. But at the same time, it's important for U.S. officials to take those proactive steps right now.
All right, so what I'm hearing from you is that there is a way for her to make this trip and sort of tap dance her way through that trip to make sure that there isn't a deeper escalation, meaning that things don't get worse, a worse relationship between China and the U.S.
Absolutely. I think it's important to remember this is not a deviation from previous U.S. policy or actions. A sitting Speaker of the House visited Taiwan 25 years ago, Newt Gingrich. For decades, there have been dozens of these congressional member and staff delegation visits, and at least 7 sitting U.S. senators have already visited Taiwan this year alone. So this is not unprecedented.
Good perspective. Matt Abbott from the Chicago Council, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you again.